With the federal government shutdown in full effect right now, it is really going to cause a lot of people to worry about their SNAP benefits and the effect it's going to have on the WIC program as far as their little ones are concerned. You know, a lot of people depend on the SNAP program, and it's a shame because of the fact that, it was already on shaky ground, and now it's to the point where it could be jeopardized if things are not back up and running within the next couple of weeks. As I think about this situation, I think about how many people are going to be affected and going to be out there looking for food, trying to feed their kids, not getting a paycheck, families, just going without, and children having to go without, and people don't know which way to go and don't know where to turn when these things begin to hit. You can go to your local food banks, but if this shutdown stays down long, they could also be depleted of their um supplies. That they may not have the supplies or the benefits to be able to help anyone to be able to get the things that they need. When you start talking about the SNAP benefits and how many people are dependent on the SNAP benefits around the globe, and they actually do need these benefits. And see, this is another reason why it is best to try to get up off the government and not be able to depend on them for things, because if you can depend on them and you have to depend on them, they have the tendency of being able to control exactly when your benefits come, how much benefits you get, if you get them at all. I mean, it's just a mess. And now we're in a place, and here we are with the shutdown, the federal shutdown in full effect right now. Families are worried. They're struggling. They don't know exactly what they're going to do if this thing stay down long. And then you got the SNAP benefits that have been cut off in certain areas that I'm hearing that people are not getting their benefits in certain places where they're going to check their cards and their cards are not being filled. And this was going on even some before um, the shutdown even took place. Food stamps were being threatened and they're being on shaky ground, and they're already telling you what you can buy and what you can't buy, and people are going crazy because the benefits are being cut and being cut down. I mean, this is things that you expect to happen right now while we're going through these uncertain times, but anything can happen. Nobody's benefits are safe in no way, shape, or form when you're dealing with the government. There's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that are out of our control, and you may be wondering what is happening, what's going on with you, and why is it that your benefits are not showing up on your cards and things of that nature. Or why are you being cut? You getting letters out there saying that your food stamps are being cut. And this was even before the shutdown. So now the shutdown has taken place. The shutdown has taken place could give them reason to cut the benefits off completely. The benefits could be cut off completely, and it would be due to a lot of things. And the number one thing that they'll say is because there's no funding for it, and that the Democrats and the Republicans can't come to an agreement. They're going to go back and forth. But while they're going back and forth, your family is going to be hungry. While they're going back and forth, you don't have no money on the table and you're not getting paid for being out of work and things of that nature. So that begins to take a strong toll on the American household. I mean, you just don't know how much it hurts for you to wake up and not being able to feed your child, or not knowing that your children are going to be able to eat, not knowing if you're even going to have enough money to come in to pay your bills or to be able to buy the food that you need to be able to sustain your family. Because that's one thing we do. We do have to eat. These bodies are not made to go without food a long time. Hunger will surely set in. And we got to look at the fact that our babies cannot go to bed hungry each and every night, worrying about what's going to happen in this world when we got parents that are out here struggling, working for this company, have given their own life for this country, but yet and still they got to worry about whether or not their kids are going to eat or not. The paychecks are being cut off. I mean, it's just a mess. It's just too much for the American people to deal with at this time. It's been one thing after another. Here we are again in the 10th month. What do we get for the 10th month? You get a federal government shutdown. People get their paychecks taken away. People getting food stamps taken away. Don't know if they're going to actually have any food stamps to last them from one month to the next. People are getting food stamps cuts. I mean, it's just a matter of time before all these government programs going to be shut down. So it's better you take your time right now and start beginning to figure out how you can get off of these programs and you can be self-sufficient and be able to feed yourself. Because right about now, you're giving them too much power. They have too much power in their hands to be able to starve you if they got to feed you. It's just simple as that. You got to look at the fact that these funds that they are playing with is money that they don't want to relinquish anyway, because of the fact that they're trying to make you stand on your own 2 feet. They're trying to take these programs away, and this is just another reason, another way for these programs to be taken away from the American people. So as you go through your day wondering what's going to happen, you're going through your day stressed out, you're going through your day, what have I done, what can I do? The American people begin to blame themselves after a while, because it begins to be too much, because the emotional turmoil of all of this that's going on is enough to just drag you right on down. And now it's dealing with your food supply. Now it's going to try to tamper with the food stamps. Now the SNAP benefits are going to be cut off. I mean, we've heard so much about the SNAP benefits. I mean, from the time that um it was put out there that you could only buy certain things. You cannot buy fruits, and you cannot buy snacks and sodas and chips and anything that's unhealthy. You cannot buy candy bars. You can't buy none of that kind of stuff no more with the SNAP benefits. So if they can tell you that, and they can make it so that you cannot buy that, after a while they can make it so you can't buy nothing, that you won't have no SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits will be cut off. And then as far as the WIC program concerned, the WIC program has been used of many years. Lots of kids are on the WIC program all across the world. Mothers have used that as a supplemental income to be able to feed their children the nutrition that they need to be able to thrive and survive in this world, and to give them the nutritional value that they need in their diet. When you start talking about the WIC program, you're talking about the toddlers, you're talking about the babies. Baby cans of milk is very expensive, $30, $40, $50 a can. I mean, that's very expensive. A household cannot take a hit like that to be buying Similac and all these Infamil and all these different kinds of milks that are very expensive. They're very expensive. So the WIC program has helped a lot of mothers get through that time, so that they would not have to come out of pocket with them high dollar cost of that milk. So WIC is seriously something that is truly needed all across the world, across the board. That is going to take a big hit in the households if you got to buy that milk for your child. And God knows I know, because when I had babies in foster care, if they ran out of milk, I had to purchase that milk out of pocket. So I know that milk became very expensive, because the WIC only give you so much milk. And then if the child is drinking more than what the WIC offers, then you may have to buy 1 can or 2 cans to help make it, to help supplement, to help push through the rest of that month. So I know them cans are very expensive. So with the WIC program being affected, the SNAP program being affected, that's going to affect the nutritional value and the tables of a lot of American people at this time. They'll be robbing people to pay Paul, trying to stretch a meal, trying to do what they possibly can to make it from one day to the next. And the worry of it, you'll see it on their faces. They'll begin to wear it on their faces, because of the fact that you wonder when this is going to lift. When is it going to end? What's going to be next month? And then you get to a place where you realize that this is designed. This is something that's not just happening. Somebody has designed this, and they've carefully designed this so that the American people can be taken off of all these government programs. But the hit of it all, the stress of it all, the uncertainty of it all is entirely too much for the people to constantly keep taking a hit month after month after month after month after month. There's no relief. There's no relief, no mental relief from this situation whatsoever. So now it's in a place where the people wonder, am I going to get my SNAP benefit next month? Will I be? If they can sustain us through October, and if this federal government shutdown stays in effect right on through October, then that means November coming around, there may not be food on your table for Thanksgiving. You may not have the money to buy your dinner through the holidays. You may not be able to feed your family the nutritional value that they need on a daily basis. They may not be able to wake up to a full breakfast. You may have to really start portion control and pinching just to put a meal on the table. And that has never been the American way. We've always been a country of more than enough. We've always been able to sustain our own and be able to feed our own. Now we can't. Now we will see exactly how hard it is to keep food on the table while we're going through these trying times. But as the federal government goes through this shutdown, it is truly leaving families stressed out and worried about their SNAP benefits and the WIC benefits. The SNAP benefits and the WIC benefits is very important, because that is their food supply. We cannot cut off people's food supply and expect people to be okay with that. I mean, you got people that are living payday to payday, and they got to work without pay. They got to work without pay, unexpected at that, at the last minute. There's no way to prepare for this. There was no way to prepare for this. There's no way. I mean, in if and so they have stocked up food, and there are food preppers that have started prepping and things of that nature. Down too long in this situation will surely deplete that food supply. So you got to get in a place now where you really got to budget. You really got to hunker down and tighten your budget right on down and begin to um, see exactly what you can do and what you can't do and what your pocket can afford and what it can't afford. But can the average family afford to go without pay for 2 and 3 and 4 months at a time while they try to figure out this thing, while they argue back and forth, while they go back and forth, tossing things back and forth at your expense? At your expense, because trust and believe, the people that are making these decisions, their pockets are not suffering. Their kids are not going to bed hungry. Their table is not empty. So you need to understand that while they're going back and forth, and why you're struggling, why you're going through this, and why this federal government shutdown is going on, their kids and their family are eating while yours are starving, while yours begin to break down, while you begin to see your cabinets begin to be depleted, and while you see your refrigerators begin to get empty. So, with that being said, y'all do the best you can out there. We see you, we hear you, we stand in agreement with you that this is not right, but yet and still it's happening, and the shutdown leaves families feeling the effect of the SNAP benefit and the WIC program. And unfortunately, it could go on for a minute. So, with that being said, I just want to let y'all know that we are out here praying for you. We will continue to pray for you. We're standing in the gap for you. And if and so y'all have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel that you may be notified when I drop my next video. Turn your notification bells on at this time. Be blessed.